In today's meditation, we focus on energy centers. Even if you're not so familiar with them, hold them as a possibility. When you experience energy anatomy, the energy centers under nadis and the power of prana moving through them, your meditation is never the same. You have the opportunity then to evolve in the consciousness. That center in the inner space. Remembering that within this body is the Kundalini Shakti. As Shiva says in Guru Gita, Pindam Kundalini Shakti. In the physical body is the Kundalini. The sleeping power within you. It's a sleeping power. It's the evolutionary power within you. And it's sleeping at the base of the spine. At the center we call Mooladhara, the root center. Its energy is infinite. And at the crown is infinite consciousness. So you have infinite consciousness at the crown and infinite energy at the root. Just hold these in your meditation. Knowledge is extremely important. Knowledge is a shakti, jnana is shakti. Because it will lead you to the deeper experience. Within this body is the Kundalini Shakti, the power of the universe. Have respect for the body. It's designed with 6 energy centers where the ego is dominant. And where the ego is wrapped in energies of different densities, different qualities. So necessarily in your meditation, you need to focus along the spinal column. It's a conduit of energy. And the sleeping power within you of Kundalini will travel along the spinal column when awakened. So every awakened seeker should make the spinal column important. From the root of the spine right up to the brain stem. The energy centers, apart from the root where the energy is sleeping, it's a sacral center, the reproductive power. So their consciousness is wrapped in the reproductive energy. Swadhisthana chakra. On ascension, Kundalini comes there. Swadhisthana means her own place, her own abode. And she stays there as the power of fertility and virility. And then she ascends to the navel. And there you have the core power, the fire power. That's the Manipura chakra, the city of jewels. Manipur means the city of jewels, the light. Kundalini is wrapped there in that energy of fire, of light. And at the heart, as she moves upward to the heart, the heart is connected to the air element and to touch. It powers up the hands in grasping, in loving. It's related to feelings. When awakened, the subtle feelings comes up of true love, compassion, kindness. When governed by primal energies, the energy there is aggressive. Tainted with anger, an unbridled passion, emotion. At the throat is the chakra of sound and speaking, listening, hearing. The element is space. It gives the awareness of spatial existence. Deep listening and powerful energies in speaking. And that's where, in the Akash, all memories are stored. So these are chakras associated with the elements and the body. And necessarily, you need to experience them, that you may control the elements. So expanded consciousness at every center is important. In your meditation, you need to give attention to these centers, to the qualities of energy, and to the Kundalini in its activity. No need to go to higher centers if she's active in the lower centers. Stay with where she is, where she's guiding you. And she may work in several chakras at the same time. And they may be at various levels of opening and manifestation of energy. And attendant kriyas or cleansing actions of Kundalini. Stay with where she's dominant, where she wants you to be. Don't let your ego take you beyond. Otherwise you will be traveling in areas of weaknesses. So learn to work in harmony with her. She's the Guru within, the God within. Now, the power, the command is in the mental space. The power of the iccha is in the mental space. At the brow, at what we call agya chakra. Stay with where you feel strong, where you feel strength, not weakness. Stay where your ego can feel that rapport with Kundalini, that she's guiding and you are following. And don't even think of the crown. She will take you there when the time is right. She will guide the ego. Now stay with me. Stay with me in the inner space. I know this space. I can help you to get there. Stay with me. I'm communicating with you on the inside. You communicate with me on the inside. Move away from the senses, physical senses. Come with me in the inner space. Let's go to where she is. I'm centered in all of the chakras, that I may meet you there. Let's meet in the inner space. The power of the universe is within you. Hold the desire within you very strongly to be awakened, to be guided, to be carried. That's where the beauty of Kundalini Mahayoga is. Let's go in the inner space now as we meditate in the silence. Stay with me. Slowly come back into body awareness. Gross body. Use the breath effectively to wake up your senses and your relationship with the world of the elements. And breathe deeply, more oxygen into the lungs. Learn to use your lungs fully and masterfully. And as much as you can, energize the body with the prana from the breathing action. I do that at all 6 chakras. Stabilizing the prana. Let's do the Om sound to close. Breathing out through the mouth and in through the nose. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So this consciousness within us has become embodied by subtle energies on one hand, various levels of subtle energy, and then the gross energy of the physical body. So if this consciousness has become embodied, it can only become embodied by energy, energy fields, energy dimensions, energy layers. And this is what gives us the chakras. The consciousness has become embodied at different levels, different qualities of energy. And in so doing, it has contracted itself in the different stages. It reminds me a whole lot of the Christian Bible, where they say that God created the world in 6 days and rested in the seventh. Think of 6 layers here. The pure consciousness, infinite consciousness has embodied itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then rested on the 7th day. So it rested beneath, or within the 6th, which is the root chakra. So Kundalini is sleeping there. She's sleeping in that 7th place. And incidentally, where she's sleeping is also connected to infinite consciousness. So infinite consciousness and infinite energy has created this column of energy. So now you know why the spinal column is so important. And it's treated with that level of importance in mystical literature. Tantra sadhana, Tantra yoga. The yoga of consciousness and energy, Kundalini yoga. And what's the difference between Kundalini yoga and Kundalini Mahayoga? Is on the path of Mahayoga, she is awakened spontaneously by interaction with the master, previous lives or in this life. The master is an instrument of her, so it's awakening by her, but through the master. Master can be a woman, in a woman form, or man's form. When awakened in the Kundalini Mahayoga, she travels up on her own accord, helping you to wake up at the different levels. So you're going to experience the ego, the I consciousness at several levels inside. Embodied in these different layers, reproductive energy, like I said in the meditation, the core energy of the body, but not the physical, the fire power, the emotional power, emotional energy, the communicative energy, the listening, the speaking power, memory power, and then the mental power. For those of you who have been reading up on Vedanta, Vedanta is not focused on this Tantra path or anatomy. It's a different way. It focuses on the 6th and the 7th. So it's a different kind of sadhana. It's a Mahayoga sadhana too, but it's a different kind of sadhana. The Vedanta Mahayoga. So when you study the Kundalini Mahayoga, it's based on the Tantra path that I teach you. And for those of you who have the gift of the second opening with the 7th, which is the Kundalini, in infinite consciousness, you have the same experience as those Mahayogis of Vedanta. It's the same. Just you have mastery over the energy, like the wizard, like the alchemist. That's the difference. You play with the illusion. You sport in the illusion masterfully. So to free yourself, and what is exciting about this energy sadhana is that when awakened, a whole new dimension of seeing appears. Not just through gross eyes you're seeing now, but through mystical eye. You begin to see life differently. You begin to feel awakened energies in your being. You begin to feel love emanating from your heart. You begin to feel energies moving through your voice. You begin to feel that all your actions are in an energy field. You begin to feel the reproductive power as a power of nourishment, vitality. And you begin to feel so grounded in root that you can move the body masterfully. You can influence bones and blood and structure physiology. And every student of this path is programmed to evolve to freedom with the great help of Kundalini Shakti. With the great help, she orchestrates everything in your space because she is on the outside and on the inside. Wow, it's a magical path. That's all I can say. So I try to awaken you on the inside. So don't get caught up on my physical form. Use it to inspire you to get into my energy form. And there you can communicate with me marvelously because it's Kundalini within me and Kundalini within you begin to communicate. When you're listening to me or you're singing with me, just focus on the inside. Chakras will be firing up. When you sit in my silence, just sit in there and see how you feel. You'll be taking up in that deeper part of your being. The throat chakra, the brow chakra, way up into the crown. And this is what Shiva is saying in the Guru Gita about Pindam, Padam and Rupam. He says within the body is the Kundalini Shakti. He says the Padam relates to the spinal column and the hamsa, the breath along the column, the energy. And he says Rupam is about the bindu, forms. Go beyond forms by focusing on the third eye, piercing the third eye and going beyond. And you will go beyond forms. You will travel the bindu path. So he's telling you about the mysticism behind what the Guru is teaching. And he says those who meditate on the Guru will become the Guru. Those who meditate on the Guru, what the Guru is not just a physical form. Physical form is only a doorway. It's only symbolic. You can enter that doorway and go inside. And that is the reason why she didn't allow me to spend much time around Swami Muktananda. In his divine presence, I got more caught up with the energy inside of me. And I grew in that field. His field was amazing. And his modeling of Kundalini was amazing. I learned a lot from that. And I used his energy form in my meditations. And that took me deeper into this Shakti. So you need to give attention to these points in the field of the masters. Give attention to these points. And she will wake up in these levels. And she will begin to help you to master the elements and the senses, which needs to happen. Because you cannot get wrapped up in the senses and want to feel the height of higher consciousness. You can't be wrapped up in the senses. You have to be more detached from them. Patanjali calls that pratyahara, withdrawal from the senses. He says, dharana or focusing can only happen. Dharana, dhyana, and samadhi can only happen when you have pratyahara, withdrawal from the senses. So if you're so caught up in the world, and remember what I said, if you try to satisfy pleasure, the desire that comes from pleasure, it never ends. It burns unendingly. It's a fire that burns unendingly. You cannot satisfy the passions of the primal state of the body. The eating and the drinking and the sexuality. You cannot satisfy that completely. If you just rage and burn until you learn the lessons, you'll burn out your energies until you begin to see how you waste so much energy through the senses. And then when you get into this inner space, and she helps you to master these different levels and master the elements, then you can sport in the world. You can enjoy everything, but in a detached way. You become different. You're never caught in this maya, this illusionary existence of energy. It is her energy that creates the maya. This is exceptionally beautiful. I try to teach you or guide you to see the beauty of the sadhana. I know some of you, I know if not all of you who are listening to me have felt it. Give it attention. Give the spinal column attention. Give the pranas attention. And if you're still caught in the body, it's okay, be patient. Take your time, but try to come into the inner space. In the meditation, try to get into the subtle space, to feel a lightness in your being, to feel the energies at different centers, to feel the energy in the breath, the hamsa. That the breath is not just air that flows, it is prana that moves. So give attention to the inner anatomy. And this is not studied just in an academic way, that's part of the story. That's the gyan, the knowledge. You try to understand how the pranas work, how Ida Pingala works, how Shushumna works. But the real stuff is the experience on the inside. So try to use the knowledge to get to the experience. It will happen, and when it happens, it's magical. You cannot force it to happen. You can only clear the path continuously, and it will naturally happen because that is already inside of you. Freedom is already inside of you. Enlightenment is already inside of you. These energies are already inside of you. You just need to clear the ignorance of the eye, the seeing. And it will all appear to you. Pure consciousness is right through the column. Every center, the pure consciousness is there. You just have to unwrap, unravel, unbind, loosen the ties. So continue with the practice. This 40 days is dedicated to practice. Continue with the practice until 20 minutes of meditation is like nothing. It's just simply joy. And then your entire day will be influenced by the energy of meditation. Your entire day and your entire life. Your seeing will be different. Your smelling will be different. Your tasting will be different. Your hearing will be different. Your touching will be different. Everything will come alive. And then your relationships with the world will change drastically. You will see no evil. You will speak no evil. You will think no evil. You will see only God's divine play. For example, I am an avid listener of world news. What I love most about the whole thing is the orchestration of the divine play. Challenging egos to be more loving and giving and compassionate. Bringing a world together. Those who have more help, the others who have less. The world has not reached there yet. And so it must suffer all these consequences. But the lessons are very clear. And of course, the players, we may want to wish that they were never on the stage. But they were meant to be on the stage. They need purification too. For those of you who have read the great book Mahabharata, you will see at the end of the Mahabharata, all the players were cleaned up. So this world is called Karma Bhumi. It's a place of karmas for clearing up. So all the players on the world stage are held in a karmic play. None can escape the divine law. So when the ego becomes so dominant, the divine controls it, not from inside, but from outside. The divine creates all the lessons on the stage, that those who are too proud will be humbled. And those who are suffering will get the wisdom to stand up and be strong. It's an amazing world stage. So I have no fear about what will happen. The divine sees and knows it all and manages the space through karma. I just delight in understanding it. I just delight in understanding the stage. It's fascinating. No one dies. No one is tainted by the imperfections. Everyone evolves. Everyone grows. So this is day 8, everyone. And again, know that I delight in reading your journals. And because I take time in reading, I read them. I may not answer right away, but I process it. I read them. So know that I read them and I hold you in my space. But replies will come. They'll come at the right time, as you know. And the number of journal entries are growing. I appreciate that very much. And what is beautiful is that you write just enough. Nobody takes advantage of it. You write just enough. Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of them. Have a blessed day, everyone. May your meditation today be fruitful. Be full of higher awareness. Be full of grace. Be blessed, everyone. Namaskar.